We're living in an era of information overload. The more we read, hear, and see, the less we process and remember. Don't you just wish there was a way to remove the clutter and get to the really good stuff? Well, we believe here we do that for you. From the bizarre to the amazing and often unbelievable, we bring you the facts you love to hear. So let's get to it. Number 10. When left-handed people use right-handed equipment, they have a 1 in 4,400,000 chance of dying. Being a left-handed person in a right-handed world is not always easy. In fact, it can be downright deadly. While our left-handed brothers and sisters might be light years ahead of us, when it comes to creativity, daydreaming, imagination, and intuition, more than 2,500 left-handed people die every year as a result of an injury caused by equipment built for right-handed people. As it turns out, the right-handed power saw is the most deadly item, so to our southpaw fans, please stay away from those. It's just not worth it. Number 9. Snails have teeth. We get thousands of tiny microscopic ones, and now I just can't say it. Snails come across as relatively simple creatures with distinguishing characteristics like shells and slime. However, some species have an unusual feature. According to the Natural History Museum, they have a raven-like tongue and jaw called radula, with thousands of tiny little teeth that allow the ferocious slime monsters to tear and rip apart their food into smaller, more manageable bits. It sounds strange and weird. Number 8. Dogs evolved to manipulate humans. You know that cute puppy-eyed look your dog loves to give you whenever he wants something from you? It turns out that while it's 100% adorable, it's also 100% intentional and something they learned to do after becoming man's best friend, according to a 2019 study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. Domesticated dogs have evolved to have tiny facial muscles around their eyes, something wild wolves do not have. These muscles allow our pets to communicate with us by lifting their brows to appear unhappy or pouting. I wonder if that's why we prefer them over our partners. Number 7. Bedbugs have been around since the dinosaurs. Have you ever found yourself in the unfortunate situation of sharing a bed with a couple of hundred bedbugs? It itches a lot. Bedbugs are nearly impossible to eradicate and can spread quicker than water cooler gossip. According to scientists, that might be why they survived for so long. In a 2019 study published in Current Biology, scientists determined that the bugs have been around since the time of dinosaurs, first appearing some 115 million years ago. While most of us are not thrilled to hear this fact, actually, we now know cockroaches weren't the only bugs to survive the meteor and subsequent events. It proved that the evolutionary history of bedbugs was far more evolved than anyone had previously thought, opening up other areas for future studies. Now, what were they called before beds were invented? Bugs. Number 6. Human bodies are still evolving. If you thought the human body was done evolving, think again. Some people, it turns out, have a bone in their knee called a fibula, and while this particular modest bone with its unknown purpose was at one point fading away, it has become increasingly prevalent over the last century and a half. In 1875, over 1/8 of all people tested had a fibula. By 1918, the number had fallen to 11%. However, by 2018, 39% of people had this mystery bone. Unfortunately, you won't know if you're one of the 39% unless it gets picked up with an MRI or an X-ray, as the bone is located behind the knee. Number 5. You have a 3-inch long nail in your body, or at the very least, the components of one. Iron is a vital nutrient when it comes to the human body. It helps your red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout your body, a feature that is critical for energy production. That's why an iron deficiency can cause feeling of exhaustion and fatigue. A healthy adult possesses 3 grams of iron, which, if extracted and melted down, could produce a 3-inch long nail. In that same vein, the iron inside about 250 large men will be enough to make an average-sized medieval sword. Creepy? I know, but that fact was just too good to keep off the list. Number 4. Some jellyfish are immortal. There are enough interesting facts about jellyfish that they could get a whole list of their own. Jellyfish are fascinating creatures for an array of reasons. They come in a variety of forms, size, and colors. They have no brains and sink over 150 million people every year, and some are deadly. But the most astounding part of these creatures is that one species, Turritopsis durni, responds to potentially dangerous circumstances by reverting to an earlier form and restarting its growth process. So in a way, they're immortal. Number 3. King Charles owns a car that runs on cheese and wine. No? That's not a mistake. Cheese and wine. And here we were thinking that we know everything about the royal family. Although he doesn't use fuel in this car, climate environmentalists believe cheese and wine are not ideal fuel alternatives, because they lead to deforestation. In an interview with the BBC about climate change and his efforts to reduce his carbon footprint, King Charles acknowledged that his gorgeous old DB6 ran on bioethanol fuel made from wine and cheese. Yes, the classic Aston Martin has a diet fit literally for royalty. The fuel is made by Green Fuels, a Gloucestershire-based company that collaborated with Aston Martin legacy specialist RS Williams Limited to turn the King's DB6 into a cheese and wine machine. Number 2. 14 people control an important aspect of internet with 7 keys. Have you ever heard of the key ceremony? Yeah, neither have I. The key ceremony is a secret, or maybe not so secret, gathering of a few individuals who wield unbelievable authority over the internet. These 7 key holders, according to The Guardian, are handpicked security experts who meet every 3 months, and whose different digital keys create one master key that in turn manages one of these central security measures at the heart of the World Wide Web. As part of a global effort to secure the domain named system or DNS, and the internet. These specialists have exclusive access to the DNS, which is basically a directory of everything online. Every time they come together, they flush out fake and harmful addresses. Number 1. We are just one of 8.7 million species on Earth. Environmentally, it's obvious that humans are geoengineering the planet. As such, there's no doubt that we are significant and not just a plate in the cosmos. However, while we might be dominating the planet with our sprawling cities and almost limitless technology, we are in fact just one species among 8.7 million that exist along one another. Here on planet Earth, according to a 211 study published in the Journal of Biology, there are 7.8 million species of mammals, 298,000 species of plants, 611,000 mushrooms and other fungi, 36,400 different species of protozoa, and over 27,500 species of chromis or algae on the planet. It's also worth mentioning that the researchers made no attempt to quantify the amount of bacteria. So, what's your favorite random fact that you like to drop on people? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoy this list, you will love the other. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And thanks so much for watching. We love you all. And as always, we'll see you next time. Take care.